All right, so now that we have our setup on the bench so we can properly lift and push the weight, we're gonna go through a little progression as far as if you want to work up to some heavier reps. We don't want to just go straight into those. We want to work it up. We want to warm our muscles up, get the blood flowing, prevent injury. Because if we're injured, guys, you cannot do this stuff. And that,
what's the point in?
There's no point in it. There's no point. I personally don't like to max out, being that I train in a bodybuilding style, but that is the ultimate goal for powerlifters. I still think that there are a lot of similarities in working up in weight, warming up properly. So we want to be smart and logical in the way that we progressively load weight onto the bar.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't want to just slam a bunch of weight on the bar and lift with our ego, so to speak, because again, you're risking injury and you're ultimately just doing yourself and your body a disservice if you really are trying to improve your bench press or any lift for that matter.
I'll tell you, in all my experience in powerlifting and multiple meets over the years, from the strongest guys that I've ever seen lift, everybody warms up with an empty bar. Squat, bench, deadlift, you're always going to see someone warming up with an empty bar. There's no ego lifting, there's no just throwing a bunch of weight on and just shooting right for it. Thing about and the great part about warming up with an empty bar is practicing your form. One thing we always want to do is make sure that every rep is the same. Whether you have an empty bar or you're at your, one rep max, you want to try to make every rep identical. That way, practice makes permanent. That's what I was learning.
Practice makes permanent.
It doesn't make perfection, it makes permanent.
Nice. That's always something I've kind of preached, even to my daughter, is that you want to practice like you're going to play. Even in sports, this is just another sport, guys. If we are practicing in a sloppy way, we're going to perform in a sloppy way.
Right.
What you say?
Yep.
We're going to throw some weight on the bar and actually get to a little bit of workout. All right, guys, we got some weight loaded up on the bar. We are going to actually start pushing some weight now. Just kind of run through a typical progression and just show you what it might look like as far as your typical bench press workout. Right. If you want to increase your strength. All right, so we've warmed up, you guys. We've done a few reps with just an empty bar to get some blood flowing in our muscles and get our joints kind of lubricated. Now we've got 135 on the bench here. Matt, how many do we want to do here?
I know where my strength level is, so I know for me, warm up with 135. I might actually do 2 sets here fairly quickly. I'm going to do probably anywhere from 8 to 10 reps on this. Again, I know where my max level or my max strength is on the bench press, so I know this percentage for me is quite easy, but this is exactly what we want. We want to hammer out some real solid reps.
We're starting at a weight that we know we can push fairly easily, and if you're not quite at the point where you can start with this weight on the bar, start at a lower weight and work your way up. If you're new to lifting, or if you're just trying to build your strength, then obviously you want to start at a lower weight and work your way up from there. Typically for me, Matt, what I like to do is, I'll start with an empty bar and, maybe throw on 25 on each side and then work my way up. And it's kind of like a feeler, a couple of feeler sets,
right,
to get a feel for how the weight is going to actually feel when you're moving it. It's kind of hard to explain.
No, that's true. It's actually why in powerlifting I use the RPE scale a lot, rate of perceived exertion. That's just like Jamie said, sometimes you feel good, sometimes you don't feel so good. So it's good to slowly work up in weight and kind of feel how you are for the day. Sometimes you're going to feel a lot stronger. Sometimes maybe you got bad sleep or you had a long day at work and you're not going to feel as good. So it's smart to slowly work up in weight.
And it could be even your diet is off for the day.
Right.
If you haven't eaten enough calories, carbs, whatever it may be, I feel like in the powerlifting world, y'all are going to eat a lot of carbs. Right?
That's true.
Because they want to move a lot of weight. Yeah. I still eat a fair amount of carbs, but I'm focusing more on the amount of protein I'm taking in.
Right.
Which I think it goes hand in hand for both sides.
For sure.
But your diet could be off for the day, and if just because you worked with this much weight last time, and say you didn't eat as much this time for the day before you came in to lift, it might feel heavier.
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna get to it. Here we go.
Yeah, I just wanna be the greatest. Everybody knows my name, shit. I'ma have this whole fucking game list, spitting with the same wit, and I'm gonna be famous. Ain't nobody able to delay this. Coming up, I had a vision to make it. Never wanted to be nothing, always wanted to play shit. Sit in class, always wondering why I learn the same shit. How the hell am I different if we all know the same shit? I ain't never let them doubt me, it's about me. Keep my head down, let my mouth speak. They surround me, they all about the clout, see where the crowd be. Every time I speak loudly, they more about me. Man, you know I got a bounty on these lousy ass haters that surround me. Still they doubt me, they don't.
All right, guys, we've done 2 sets of 10 with 135. We're moved up to put another plate on each side, so we've got 225.
That's right.
One thing to keep in mind, guys, as you are progressing, adding weight, your reps are typically going to come down.
Right, absolutely. And it depends on what your working weight is for the day, or what your working sets are supposed to be for the day. I mean, for example, if your sets are supposed to be 5 sets of 6 for the day, then it's going to be a quicker progression into that weight, because that weight's not going to be super heavy. Now, if you're working into a couple of heavy doubles, then you need to slowly take the reps that you're taking down. As a matter of fact, once you get around that 50% range of your 1 rep max, I would just do doubles up to your, if that's what it is for the day, or if it's triples, just do triples up to your weight. There's no reason to, specifically for strength, there's no reason to do a whole bunch of extra reps before you get to your working weight. Yeah.
And just if you are unfamiliar with the terms, doubles would be a set of 2,
Oh, right, yeah.
and triples would be a set of 3. That is probably going to be pretty elementary for most of you guys if you're watching this, but just want to throw it out there. Yeah, it comes natural, right? Like you just don't even think about it sometimes. So.
That's big for powerlifting is a lift off. It takes a lot of work, especially when you're at maximal or at more closer to max effort weight. It takes a lot of work to pull the bar from here to out over your chest. So why waste energy if you have somebody here to help you get it out? So what I'm going to do is when he tells me he's ready, I'm going to help pull it out in front of him, a lift off, and I'm going to stay with him. I'm not going to touch the bar, but I'm going to stay with him the whole time. Keep an eye out. Yep.
So we are done with our bench press for the day, but if you want to get stronger, we got to do a little bit more, right?
Yeah, some more accessory stuff.
Accessory work, I would almost say is just as important, if not more, in some cases.
For sure.